So they got to figure out, and I hope a new general manager does with Walt Weiss. They got to figure out what it is. And we had the general manager here. What do you do to win on the road? I remember talking to two guys that are coaches on that team last year, and I said, "What do you have to do here?" They played back in the early days, and he said, "You got to win 65% of your games at home, and you got to win 40% on the road." They can't win 40% of the road. They've won like 48% once in the history of the franchise. So there's there's got to be an answer to that.
What is it about the road, Ryan? What makes it so hard for the hitters who are so good at Coors Field, go down to sea level, different parks? Why do they have trouble hitting on the road?
My philosophy has always been that the altitude gives you a false sense. So the Rockies last year hit close to 303 as a team at home, and they were a 230 hitting team on the road. And then they still felt, a lot of the guys still felt, hey, we're the best hitting team in the major leagues. Well, you're not. You're not. The best hitting team in the major leagues are the Detroit Tigers. They hit 270 on the road. They hit 270 at home. So to me, it's understanding, look, at home, at altitude, you're going to put up numbers. You're going to be a 330 with 30 home run guy. But in all reality, you're not. You're a 270 with 15. So I think, guys, it's like thinking that you can walk around in a super nice T-shirt where maybe you can't walk around in a shirt like that all the time.
Did you change your approach when you were on the road? Did you try to?
You have to.
That's where I'm going, and I wonder, and I'm not trying to be funny here, but you were a very good hitter. Now, if you'd stand up,
okay,
I'm going to tell you what Oral Hershiser told me in regard, and he pitched against the Rockies for years. He said, when you are in, and I'm sorry I don't have the actual baseball, but if you'll bear with me, I'm going to get to my point.
Dante Bichette baseball.
He said, yeah, and Dante learned how to hit on the road. He would take his own batting machine with him. But Oral said, and he showed me this, he said, when you're pitching in Coors Field, your ball comes in and it will do this.
Okay.
And you know as well as anybody that if the ball is coming in and it does this,
you can hit it.
You get it. He said, when the Rockies then go on the road, you throw the same pitch. Eyes Oral Hershiser throw the same pitch, and it comes in like this, and it dips.
Had a little more bite.
That it goes like dives on them, and he's talking about sliders and curves and stuff like that. And he said the guys don't adjust to that because you're Pavlov's dog almost, where you go, oh, I see this pitch 82 times, 81 games a year, and it comes and it goes like that. And then suddenly when you're seeing it like that, the adjustment. And I don't have the solution to that. And I don't know whether...
You know what? I partially agree with that. I think there's certain pitches that may not have the same bite. Curveball definitely at altitude is not the same. I think
the ball moves more on the road.
Potentially, but not to the point where you cannot make an adjustment. I think the adjustment is mental.
That's what I was kind of saying.
How much was it talked about between you guys?
When you're the best hitting team in the major leagues, you kind of walk around beating your chest thinking that it's not you. It's something just doesn't go right. But to me, it's when the Rockies, the 2007 team that did really well on the road, the 2009 team that did well on the road, those were lineups that trusted each other. What made me special is that I could hit the ball opposite field. When I got on the road, I wasn't trying to do more than I was capable of. I was just trying to, look, if I don't make it out, the next guy behind me. I think when you look at the Rockies teams on the road, the only way they were scoring runs were through home runs. They didn't play small ball. I think they didn't trust each other to the point where I feel like I have to go up and do everything. And that to me is the issue, is you have to realize that you're not as good as you think you are. And until you go on the road and believe that, look, I'm not the 330 hitter that I think I am, I'm 270, you're going to grind your at-bats a little bit harder, and you're going to trust the guy hitting behind you.